Okay, so I'm going to give you some instructions on how to fill out the notes that you see in your agenda. So you should, on today's notes, it should say, watch this video explaining how to use the house activities all subject PowerPoint. So make sure you have that open and and then submit the house activities all subject notes. I want you to have both of those open right now. So you should see a big table that looks overwhelming and you're like, oh my God, what do I do on this? And then you have the notes in slide form that you are going to copy those into. So remember when we went over these reflexive verbs, that se, when you add it to a verb, means that it's an action that you're doing to yourself. So if we have a verb like se laver, to wash yourself, that er at the end is going to follow the normal er ending pattern. And then the se also changes depending on what subject you're using. So for je, the se changes to me, that er, we drop the er, we add our ending for je, which is e. So now we have je me lave, I wash myself. For tu, the se becomes te, te, and then our er ending is es. So we have tu te laves, you wash yourself. For il and elle, and for on, that se stays the same, and then our er ending is e. So we have il se lave, he washes himself. This is where it gets kind of tricky. So you have a double nu here. For nu, the se changes to nu. So yes, you do say nu 2 times in a row. So we would say nous nous lavons. Our er ending is ons, so we wash ourselves. Nous nous lavons. The same for vous. Se becomes vous. Our er ending is ez, so we have vous vous lavez. Vous vous lavez. Y'all wash yourselves. And then for il and elle plural, for they, that se becomes se, stays the same. And then our er ending becomes ent. So we have il se lave. They wash themselves. So you already have this written on the top of your notes. This is kind of like your key to look back on. And then we have one more example. No, we don't. But let's look back at your notes. If you happen to have a se before a vowel or a vowel sound, like in s'habiller, you follow the same thing, and that me is actually M apostrophe, te is T apostrophe. Okay? So what you're going to do, you have all of these fully written out for you on this PowerPoint with the correct accents, endings, and the correct form of this reflexive pronoun right here. So you are going to go through and copy these notes into this table. I know it's a lot of typing, okay? You could literally copy and paste from this PowerPoint, or you can type them in. What you need to make sure is that some of them do have irregular accents. Like notice on se lever, this accent on the E disappears for nu and vous. So if it's anything like that where there is an accent change, it will be highlighted in green for you, okay? So you were going through all of this PowerPoint and copying these down. Remember that some of these do not have the se because they are not reflexive words. So you cannot just add the se for every single word because some of them don't have them. So this is going to take you a little while, okay? That's why you don't really have much else to do today, okay? When you get to the end of this PowerPoint, it does have some practice where you can practice on your own, quizzing yourself as if it were a whiteboard activity, okay? So today you are completing that quiz that we should have already talked about, and then this video helps to explain how to use that PowerPoint with the notes to fill out the table, and then you are practicing with the second half of that slideshow as if you're doing a whiteboard activity.